To start creating our one-line diagram, simply double-click on Edit Mode window to maximize this window. My suggestion before putting any elements of our one-line diagram is to turn on the grid line by clicking on its icon over Project Toolbar. This could help us organize our one-line diagram, especially in bigger projects. Now together we're gonna build and create a simple one-line diagram by bringing the power from power source to the load. We can easily drag and drop each element needed from element toolbar to the model space. In this sample project, we're gonna need a power grid, a bus, a 2-winding transformer, a cable, another bus between the transformer and the cable, and a load, which in this case we're going to use a lump load. In order to make connections between each element, point your cursor on the edge of the element. Click on the pink spot. Move your cursor down. When the color of the other element turns pink, click, and the connection is made. You can also make the connection by double-clicking on the element, which in this case for the transformer, you can select the primary side to be connected to bus 1 and the secondary side to be connected to bus 2 and click OK. And the connection is made. Now we go ahead and connect the rest of the elements as well. As you can see, etap automatically put buses that you already missed. Like in this case, I forgot to put a bus in between my cable and the lump load, but etap automatically put a bus and assigned a bus for it. Now that the one line is created, we may enter the data for each element by double-clicking on the element and opening the editor page. The first tab, which is called Info tab, is about the general information of each element. For example, for the power grid, we have the ID name U1, the bus connected to the power grid, bus 1, and so on and so forth. On the right side, we can decide whether this element is in service or out of the service, or whether it's an existing part of the project, it's going to be used for future, it's a new part, so on and so forth. On the next tab, which is called the rating tab, I'm going to put in the rating of the power grid. In this case, I'm going to put 12.47 balance kV. And 100% for the operating percentage. Next tab is short circuit tab, which for 3-phase short circuit, I'm going to put thousands of MVA SCs. As you can see, when you click on somewhere in the window, etap automatically fill in the rest of the fields. And for the impedance, I'm going to put 5x over R. For the rest of the tabs as harmonic, reliability, energy price, remarks, and comments, for now I'm going to put the rest empty, but we're going to cover it in the advanced etap lecture. As you can see, the bus 1 voltage automatically switched to 12.47 kV, which is the voltage level for the power grid. Now we double click on the transformer and put the data for this element in. Again, the ID is T1 for transformer number 1. The primary is connected to bus 1, which is 12.47 kV. Bus 2 for now is 0 kV. And we're going to switch to rating tab. In the rating tab, for the secondary side of the transformer, I'm going to put 4.16 kV. And for the MVA rating for the transformer, I'm gonna put 1.5 MVA. Again, when you click on somewhere in the window, you may see the etap automatically calculated the full load amp and the bus nominal voltage. On the next tab, which is called impedance tab, we're gonna put the zero sequence and positive sequence of the transformer. In this case, I'm gonna put 5.9 and 5.9 for the zero and positive sequence, and I'm gonna let etap put the typical information for all the rest of the fields. And again, for the other tabs, I'm gonna leave the default information and press on OK. Now again, we can see etap automatically set the bus 2 voltage to 4.16, and we can now enter the data for cable 1. For cable 1, again, we can see the ID name is cable 1. It is connected between bus 2 and bus 3, which both have the same voltage levels, 4.16 kilovolts. I'm going to put the length of this cable 100 feet. And using etap library, which is a very good library, including all the different kinds of cables, we can now select a proper cable for this example. I'm gonna choose some cable that can handle 5 kilovolt, is rated for 5 kilovolt. NEC source per NEC code, and for example the installation is EPR. It's copper. And for the size of the cable, I'm gonna put 350 MCM and press on OK. Now you can see on the top side of the window the information regarding the cable has been updated. And then we can click on OK. And the last part, which is the lump load, we can start filling the information for that. Again, the ID is lump 1. And we can go to the nameplate part, which in this case, see that rated kV is the upstream rated kV, which is 4.16. And for the MVA, we're gonna put 0.5, or you can click on MVA and it switches automatically to kVA, which 0.5 is actually 500 kVAs. And we can click on OK. Now that we put the main information for our element and equipment in this one-line diagram, we are now ready to start implementing some of the analyzation on the one-line diagram.